Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Underhood Show, and we are live from the Kansas State Fairgrounds. Morning, Nick. Morning, Josh.
Good morning.
Hey, it's beautiful. It's sunny and 70, right, Josh?
That it is.
Sunny and 70.
Right now, it actually might be sunny and 70.
Hey, we're here at the
Yeah,
fairgrounds.
it's sunny.
Is it sunny? We had our first night of the Saltcity 100 last night, so we're going to go a recap of that and everything exciting. We had some exciting stuff happen last night, didn't we?
Oh, man.
So some great races last night, and you don't want to miss it tonight to get back out here for the 100 lapper of the Silver Crown Sprint cars. But first of all, this is a call-in show. Josh is still here to answer your questions, but Nick and I got a lot of information to talk about what happened last night and all the results and everything else too. But it's a call-in show, 316-462-3673. Anything ailing your car, tires, brakes, batteries, anything in the automobile world you want to talk about. Or if you want to talk about Salt City last night, we can talk about it too. That number takes you right to the front desk. So the girls tell them you want to get patched in the podcast. We'll get you online, and you get a great prize package valued over $130. And Josh, we keep saying we're going to reevaluate that dollar amount, and we just don't do it.
Yeah.
But we are saying that we are not lying. It's still over $130, but we need to figure that out. But
It's probably worth a little more than that now.
that's what we're thinking. So anyway, each and every caller gets that package. And always, Josh, what's in that package?
So we're going to mail it out to you, but it consists of the Works, which is an oil change and tire rotation. We're going to use Motorcraft oil and filter products while we're performing that service. We're also going to complete a multi-point inspection on your vehicle, checking over the brakes, tires, steering, suspension, all the safety-related components on it. Just make sure that it's ready to go for that next 5,000 miles of driving. You'll get yourself $10 to Mel's Diner, so you can get yourself something to eat and drink while you're here with us at the Big Corner. Complete nitrogen for all the great benefits that nitrogen has to offer, and then a BG products package, which consists of a can of MOA or motor oil additive for your engine oil, and then 44K for your fuel system. Again, just getting that vehicle geared up and ready to go for that next 5,000 miles of driving. So,
All right, let's get the phones ringing. 316-462-3673. Love to take your calls. And again, anything ailing your car is what this show started out to be, but now we kind of get off. We kind of go in the ditch every now and then. Don't we?
get her in the weeds.
Cover all the bases.
Anyway, so yes, we had a fun night last night at the Salt City 100, night one, night two, getting ready to kick off here this afternoon around 5 o'clock. But had fun with Ken Schrader, that's for sure.
Yeah, really. It was a great race, great modified race. I think Ken and Jake started back there on the second row, and the top four just raced the whole time. Peyton Burkhart led a good chunk of the race and got into a little bit of lap traffic and made it kind of exciting. And Ken was able to snake through there and get to the lead.
I don't know if I'd call that snake through there. Mr. Ken said, "Here's my bumper, and see you later,
Well,
Mr. Lap Car."
You got to do what you got to do. But
yeah, I get it from that part. But yeah, that was a great race. From that part, those top four guys kind of battled it out pretty good and stuff. But I tell you, Nick,
I don't know. I just can't imagine how exciting that would be to race against him.
Yeah. Oh,
You
yeah.
know, I think that would be, I don't know, that'd be very fun. And then I wonder, and I had to ask Jake this, but what's the intimidation factor going up to that? Because so much of this it's about equipment, but I see it week in and week out with you guys and other teams. Like the mental aspect of this is huge, right?
that's 100% right. It's I think racing is about 75% in your head.
I think you have so there's a percentage of equipment and what you're running. A percentage of it is skill or ability that you bring. A percentage of it is the mental aspect.
Yeah.
And then I think there's just a freaking certain percentage that's just freaking luck.
It's just luck,
and is especially talking about drawing the
draws
and stuff like that. Like I don't know. It just
But you're right though. A big percentage of it is the mental aspect of it. And if you can, if you got your head right, you got your head in the game, and you can stay focused on what you're doing, that makes a big difference.
And to pull up next to a guy like that, like, I don't know.
And I'm going to tell you, Jake will not admit it, but I'll guarantee you he was intimidated. But who wouldn't be intimidated by that guy?
Yeah.
Look at how many laps, how many races, different things he's raced, and how many wins he's probably got and everything else in that part. But I will tell you, sitting there talking to Ken, he's just like us. He's just a good old boy, down to earth. And when he got out of there to feature after he won, I went up to him and I said, "Man, you have to slow that car down. I got a dirty old look."
Well, I think
I was just kidding, Ken.
I think too, when you're at a track and you kind of know the other people that are around you on a personal level, that's got to make a little bit of difference than going to somewhere brand new and racing with a bunch of guys that you don't know and stuff like that. For sure,
100%.
And for me, I don't know, never been in that situation or got to experience as a driver. But for me, I'm sitting here thinking, well, I'm just going to be telling myself, hey, don't look like a jackass out there. just don't do something stupid. And, for sure would be priority number one, I guess.
And I think so too. Ken is just, you can ask him anything. He stood out here last night. I left about 12:30 and he was still out here talking to people, signing autographs. I mean, he's just a cool guy. Very excited we got him to come. And, we were sitting there at our booth at PRI in November or December. When is that again? I can't remember when that is. And we're always right next to our Hoosier booth. And I look up and there's Ken. And I just reached out and shook his hand and just started a conversation with him. And I said, "Hey, what about coming?" He says, "You know what? He was going somewhere after PRI. And sure enough, in January, he called me. He said, 'Hey, are you still interested?' I said, 'Yeah. Are you interested?' He said, 'I am.' I said, 'Great.' So we started working on the contract and everything else like that to get him here and stayed in contact with him throughout this whole year. He's been fantastic to work with. And just like when he pulled in here yesterday, I stood on his side of his truck there for probably, 10 minutes talking to him about what's going to happen, what's going to go on and everything. And his crew guy that's with him is just a super nice guy. Sit down and talk to him after the race last night about different things about racing and all that kind of stuff. So, but Ken's just a great guy. And I can't wait for tonight, see how everything goes tonight from that part too. So, rundown of we got to kind of start back over for the night. We kind of start off with
we had a little bit of an incident right off the bat in our first round of Silver Crown practice. Sent one over the fence over there off of turn number 3. Greg Corey took a little ride over there, but I don't know. I only know of one other time that one has cleared the fence over here. And that was back in the 80s. Larry McDaniels with his late model ended up here in front of the grandstands.
That's one stat I don't want to be a part of.
But it was I didn't see it personally, but I heard it was a pretty interesting looking ride that he took. So,
well, I didn't get to see that last night either. What happened? I just saw the aftermath of it and stuff too. So, luckily, no injury from whatsoever from him. So that's the best part. But he did. The car is totaled naturally. He did a little tree trimming over there too. So the state fair is going to. He's going to save
him a little money.
Well, no, I think he's going to send him a bill for the tree trimming that he did. Make up some money for the car he lost.
Gotta be an expensive bill.
Yeah.
Well, after that happened, I was joking with Connor. I was like, that car just might have got affordable for you. I said 30 seconds ago. No way.
Yeah, very true. But so I'm just glad he was okay. Second round was pretty good too. We had another car flip, but he stayed inside. So yeah, we did lose 2 cars last night in practice. I was hoping that second car that flipped didn't total it out, but I guess it got some bar twisted on it and bent that's not unrepairable. So we will have a couple more cars, according to Tommy S. showing up tonight that did not show up for practice. So hopefully we have a few more to join this 100-lap race. So we went through the heat races, not heat races, just some practice laps for those guys. And then we went out and did the heat races for
the 305s.
Yep. No, they practiced. We didn't do heat races till after on the 305s. I know I messed up on the time. Because heat races for the 305s didn't happen until after intermission.
Right.
Yeah. So heat races went very well for everybody. The stock cars put on a great show as always. Can't thank those guys enough for how many stock cars we end up with? 20 stock cars. So that was pretty cool. So then we what was next? I'm kind of lost to it. That was a blur.
We ran all the heat races, and then we had an intermission. We ran some more Silver Crown practice.
Yep.
And then we ran sprint car heat races.
Yeah. So let's go through who won that up. How you get pull that up on my race pass here real quick.
So on those Silver Crown, I don't know, those it's going to be exciting to see all of them out there at once.
Oh, yeah.
What's the total? How many you got out here?
No, there were 17.
Yeah.
17 or 18, yeah.
Yeah, that's
probably have a few more roll in tonight.
Definitely going to be awesome. Yeah. And then the other thing, that I was noticing last night. We went down and looked at them a little bit, but all the vintage cars, race cars you got down there.
Yeah, Kansas Antique Racers brought about 15 vintage race cars, and they're all on display out here in front of the grandstands. They'll be back here tonight, so make sure if you come out to come down and check out all those cool rides from the past. Yes, they are.
Can you, I don't know, some of them things, I just...
I'd love to get in one of them, go cool around.
Oh, yeah.
So last night I was... packing everything up and everything else like that. And I kept hearing these cars start up and moving. I forgot about those cars. Some of them things sound pretty cool. Yeah. I'm telling you. So very cool. If you want to come down and check those out tonight too. We had a great memorial little presentation for our great buddy, Jim Petty.
Yep.
His wife and daughter and son-in-law and a couple of his grandsons were here. We'll do that again tonight for everybody. Sure miss Jim. He's a great historian and we could ask him about anything of the stats or whatever from that part. So,
yeah, we really do miss him, and he was a huge part of what we've been able to do over here at Salt City, and a huge part of putting this race together. So, really wish he was here with us, but we're gonna miss him.
Yeah, definitely this track for sure. So, got a couple of comments on the chat. So Jeff says how many Silver Crown cars are checked in, and I think we addressed that.
Yep.
Just a little bit ago. There was 17 is what you're gonna have. Okay.
Well, probably
17 to 20. There's going to be a few more roll in today.
Gotcha.
That didn't practice last night.
Okay, and then we'll
I
go.
don't know how you do that. You know what I mean?
No, don't practice.
Yeah, just because these guys that show up today,
they don't get a chance.
No, they're going out to qualify, and then they line up and race that 100-lap race. There's no heat races or nothing for those guys.
I mean, I don't know. I suppose if you were in a situation or timing just wasn't going to work, and
yeah, I guess
it's cold turkey. Send it.
And that's what they're doing.
So now to do that and then to win.
Oh, that'd be pretty cool.
You got a little extra confidence in you. That goes back to that percentage of luck, confidence. That guy's got more confidence and more luck on his side than everybody else. So,
yeah. Okay, next question.
So next question, we've got, we'll go back to the automotive side of things for a little bit. But Jason Cox says, good morning, guys. My wife's car is due for an oil change at 15,600. Currently, the miles is at 15,300 with 74% oil life. She doesn't think it needs an oil change. Can you please address this issue? I always stand by the 5,000-mile rule to change your oil out.
Yeah, I tell you, I'm going to go clear back to, when was that? I was been 1990s when I was on a board with GM, and that's when they first started introducing these maintenance lights and stuff on these cars. And I got to sit down and talk to the guy that actually was the head engineer of designing it and putting it into the cars. And his whole analogy was he was trying to save the earth and save the oil and save all the stuff is what he was trying to, what his mind was thinking. And me and another guy were going through him with that. And we had examples of situations to where cars were going 10 to 14,000 miles before they needed an oil change. And trying to put that algorithm into him of understanding how that can be good for an engine to last that long. He didn't care.
Yeah. He
did not care whatsoever. So my thing with that oil life index is just like that trailer sitting over there of mine. It's got a diesel generator in it. That's recommended every 200 hours to change the oil. Well, I'm changing it every 100 because I just know that's the best insurance to keep good, clean oil in there, to keep a good filter in there, and keep that. Because every time you start an engine, it's going to build condensation. And if you don't run it long enough to boil that out of there, that just turns to sludge and everything else. I just disagree with those lights. I disagree with that. And I'll tell you the same thing. She must be doing a lot of highway driving to make that thing to be at 74%.
Yep. So then I go into the role of, for the engine to have good, clean, fresh oil in it, right?
Yep.
But then my thing with it is, okay, if she's 5,000 now and she still has 74%, so potentially she could end up around 15,000 miles. So in 15,000 miles to have that vehicle looked over or checked out or tread depths read,
tire
or
rotations,
brakes or tires rotations, like there's so many other benefits to that, the works package with the multi-point inspection that idiot light is not
thinking
calculating
about.
Right. And the flip side of it is the manufacturer's worried about cost of ownership, which I've never seen anybody purchase a vehicle based on cost of ownership.
Never have seen that either. Not one person walks in and says, I'm not buying that because your cost of ownership's too high.
Yeah. And then the other side of it is, the manufacturer is worried about that vehicle while it's under the warranty period. After that,
They don't care.
If you got to replace an engine because of sludge at 75,000 miles, that's just another revenue stream for them. So, yeah, I agree with that 100%. And then on the environmental side of things, like years ago, they didn't know what to do or recycle oils and stuff like that. Like there's a lot has advanced in that side of it too. And to where I'm out on them,
I'm out too. And even let's take and say, like I'm using my example with her. If she's almost due for an oil change at 5,000 miles, so she's got 46 or 4,700 miles. I can't remember what the exact numbers were on it. And it's at 74%. Even if she went to the 50%, like I'm telling, it's doing almost 10,000 miles. Yeah, but there's so many disadvantages to that. And, if an oil change was $500 on a car today, then okay, maybe a different story. But, you take like these big diesels running down the road all day long. I mean, that's a different ballgame. They fire them diesels up. They're cruising for hours and never shut them off. And they get, don't build that condensation and everything else too. That's a whole different ballgame with those trucks. I think they go 20,000 miles on those trucks. I think. Don't quote me on that. But there's just like you said, Josh, there's so many advantages to having your car looked over, make sure it's going on. Tire rotations, brake inspections, that multi-point inspection is crucial to that car. So our works package is how much?
$64.95.
So say $70 every 5,000 miles to have your car looked over, checked over, tires rotated, make sure nothing's happening on it whatsoever from that part. Just disagree with those lights, hate them, go away, but they're not going to go away.
Just put some tape over them.
Something like that, right? All right, get some more questions,
Yeah,
Josh.
let's go back to the racing side of things again. So Tony asked, is it cashless only at Salt City?
Yes.
To get in, there's concessions you can use cash. And I'll tell you, let me tell you my theory behind this so you can understand that why I did this and why we're doing it. Number one is I don't care what you do with cash. There's always somebody that will slip up, give too much money back, cash back and forth or whatever. But what I am going to tell you, what really helped us the most with this is when we did at the end of last year to go back to the fair board to show them what this was generating for the city of Hutchinson and Reno County, because we had facts of where everybody came from. We knew exactly how many people came through the door. We know how many people paid, and we sent that stuff, all those numbers and data to the state and did an impact study. We did it beforehand, before we did any race, and then we did it after the fact. And those numbers coming back helped us so much, Nick and I, to convince that fair board this was a great thing for the city of Hutchinson. We even took the numbers to the city of Hutchinson and said, look at what this generated. And I'll share some numbers with you. Our least visited race last year for a one-day event was $68,000, right? Is what had an impact. But last year's Silver Crown event that we ran here last year had a $650,000 impact for this two-day event to Reno County. So without those numbers or whatever, I have the proof that that's how many people came through the door and what they did. So that's why we did it that way. Charlie over here in the concessions and Carrie running the concessions, they're taking cash and doing that's their side of the equation for this deal. But we're doing the cash only, card only, just to be able to not to have to worry about where the cash is, who's got the cash, and what's going on with it. But number two, so we can take those numbers back to the fair board and say, hey, this is why this racetrack needs to stay here. It's all part of saving this racetrack. And Nick, I think we've saved it. I think
so. Yeah.
So next question.
Let's see. Go back to this. Sorry. Morning, gentlemen. Had a great time last night. Jacob was excited to meet Kenny, and this is from Rick. So,
well, I think Rick walked away with Kenny's front bumper last night.
Oh, really?
Kenny's front bumper was kind of wadded up, and Kenny said, "I was kind of mad because that's the only powder coated bumper I had." But I seen him walking away, him and his son walking away with it last night. So that's pretty
awesome.
Cool. Yeah, pretty cool. What other questions we got?
I think that's got us caught up now.
Okay, so now we'll go back through last night heat races for the I can't spit it out. Heat races for the sprint cars, not the Silver Crown cars. Jeremy Camel kicked off and won Heat 1. Jordan Knight finished second, and Brian Herbert finished third. Second heat, Taylor Vasquez, Brayton Dewall, and Jeremy Hewish finished top three. In third heat race was Ty Williams, Steven Richardson, and Zach Moore, top 3 of heat 3.
And all those heat races paid pretty good to win. So they all paid $500 to win, $300 for second, and $150 for third. So those guys all walked away with a little bit of extra cash.
Yeah. So we already covered the A-Mods, Ken Schrader, William Nestor, Jake Nightingale for the top 3. And then the stock cars. I'm telling you, those guys, they always come with a great car count. They put on a great show. And I would tell you, Nick, I had probably 5 of those guys. Even a guy I think finished out in the top 10, pulled me by the scales there and was banging on his deck. And I thought, oh, no, he's mad about something. He ripped his helmet off. I thought, oh, God, here I go. He's mad about something. He goes, man, Bill, that was a faster track. That was so great. It was so awesome. Thank you. So, woo.
Racetrack was really good last night. Racetrack was really good.
Yeah,
it was on point.
The cloud cover come over. And
I tell you, it was someone was looking over the top. Good clean living, right, Nick?
It was
good clean living.
I left Wichita. It was pouring over there.
Yeah. We got one more day to go. It's going to be a little warmer today, so we'll see how clean that living is later on.
All right, the stock car, Mike Peterson, put on the great show with them. Scott Miller, second, and Brandon Massey, third. And, of course, Tanner Tile finished in the 4th deal. We had a little mishap there with him. But anyway, guys, stock car guys, can't thank you enough for racing with us. You put on a great show. And where's my B-Mods at? Warren Huffman. Talking about putting it on them.
So Warren Huffman is undefeated this year. That's Salt City.
Salt City. Kyle Weens with his new car.
Yeah.
Got a second place.
He had some good speed.
He was pretty pumped. He had a couple good passes coming through there and stuff too. And then Stacy Huffman, which Warren and Stacy are husband and wife. For a while, they were running 1 and 2.
Yeah.
So, but B-Mods put on a great show too. We had some great features. Every race was a really good race and stuff too. And of course, then we ended up with some more Silver Crown practice last night. And I tell you, you could watch each time they went out. They were getting faster and faster and faster. I talked to Danny Jennings after the second go around, and he still told me, he said, I'm still not really nailing this thing yet. He said, I'm just still getting a good feel for it and stuff. I said, I get it.
Yeah. And, just a little bit of practice laps those guys were making last night. They were already starting to build a curb on that thing. So, man, it's going to be pretty exciting after tonight. But we got to give a shout out to Chad and Jason and Jesse. The track prep group, man.
They got 2 of their sons with them too, right?
Yep. And man, those guys worked their butts off all week on this racetrack. And man, I'm pretty sure last night we've had probably one of, if not the best racetrack we've had since we started this deal. And then even after it was all over with last night, they closed themselves in there and were out there on the grader and the picker and the water truck, and they worked on it for several hours last night. So. It's going to be it's going to be on point today.
Zener Electric takes good care of us out here for the lights and everything. And Cody was out here and he says, Raven, you turn them off. And I said, no, sir. See, he goes, oh, they are out there. They were, when I left at 12:30, they were still. So that's good. You're right. We got to thank them what they do, because they've really worked hard this year of getting this track better and better. And as you remember, we were dealt a track of that was terrible.
It was rough. It was rough.
So
it was definitely a fixer-upper.
Yeah, got some more. Yeah, the kid in there. So some more questions coming across.
So Tony replied earlier. So he asked about it just being a cashless system, and then after you gave his response, he said, "Good deal. See you guys tonight. Missed last year's show. So
well, don't miss this year, okay, Tony? Come on out. Let's go have some fun. Grab your friend, grab your neighbor, grab somebody, and come out here and put this on. Now, I will tell you. We had three fair board members and Brian Schultz, the GM, out here last night with their spouses, which was great. Got to talk to them quite a bit, and I think they had a pretty good time. And to have them show up shows the support they have for this racetrack. Even one of the fair board members drove 3 hours to get here.
Oh wow! Yeah.
Okay, and so I talked to all of them a lot. They have the thing I loved about it the most is the questions they were asking about what was going on, what was happening, and all that kind of stuff too. And got a group picture with them. Nick, you were out doing something or whatever. Wish you could have gotten that picture with us. But they grabbed me and said, hey, we got to have a picture of the track. They were all excited and stuff too. Yeah. So everybody, this fair board is behind this racetrack now. I really do. They wouldn't have showed up if that's not the case. We're working very well with them and stuff. I can't wait to see what we're going to do next year with this racetrack and how the rest of this year shakes out. So
100%. I mean, I think there was a lot of apprehension at the beginning, but they're seeing the support, everybody coming out and supporting these races and seeing what we're doing and seeing the divisions and the series that we're bringing in, and really is good for the Kansas State Fair and really good for the city of Hutchinson and Reno County. And we just got to keep it going.
Anyway, I just got some pictures text to me on Facebook Messenger from Darren McKim. Him and his son are out here taking pictures. And he's got pictures of that car going over the wall. I don't know how he got those pictures, but, man, they're fantastic.
They are good, really good pictures. Dang.
We're going to have to figure out some way to get them from him. But, yeah.
I see what happened. That tree got in the way.
I told you he did some tree trimming.
Oh, yeah.
He did do some tree trimming.
Diagnose it right there.
Right.
Yeah.
So a couple of things that I noticed, the just changes from last year. The pits over here, right? Like that's huge.
Yeah.
For one, and then the gate system coming on here and off on the back, I think has helped.
So much more efficient.
A tremendous amount as well.
I'm going to tell you, the two gates, of course, Quality Body Shop stepped up and paid to have those gates redone. And, hey, I hate to tell you, but look, the guys are on the racetrack working on the track.
Yeah, they are.
Road
They're
Grader
out
went
there.
by a little bit ago.
So that's the dedication those 5-6 guys have. I should say 3 guys and their sons are out there to make sure we got us a great racetrack out here today. So they're up and at it and going. Saying, I hate to guess what time they went to bed last night, and here they are at almost 9:30, and they're working on the racetrack. But the gates, yeah, I mean, pitting over here on the west side is so much better. And even last night or yesterday afternoon, as the racers were pulling in, we had racers. Over the east. That's where they thought we were going because that's where we're at last. Over and I talked. I mean, we're really pitting over here. Yeah, we are. It does make it a better place to pit, especially with some of the asphalt we have here.
Everybody gets an asphalt spot.
Yeah, so much better there. And again, I bet you money we're saving at least 20 minutes on the show by getting in this gate and out there. Because last night, I tell you, Kyler ran a great show too. Because I watched this is I always go down to the scales and congratulate the top 3 or whatever, and the features 2, and I was coming down, and I'd just gotten 3rd place, and the next heat race was starting. I mean, we've got it. Kyler has got this thing down to efficient to where it's really smooth. And I looked up. We were done with was it 10:30?
Yeah, about 10:30.
We were done last night. So getting all that in.
And we ran a lot of stuff last night too.
We did.
I mean,
well, by the time you did the practices and stuff in between. So, okay, let's go back to the questions this morning. So what's the format for tonight's racing?
Okay, so the
business casual,
yeah,
something like that, yeah.
Okay, so the IMCA modifieds are going to run a complete show, so heat races and an A feature, and then the United Rebel Sprint Series, like we talked about earlier, they ran their heat races yesterday, so they will run their A main tonight, and we're going to kick it all off today with the Silver Crown cars are going to run a short practice session, and then we'll have our opening ceremonies, and then they're going to run time trials. So they'll run either single or 2-car time trials, and then we will close the night out with the Salt City 100, and they will line up for the Salt City 100 based on their time trial, so they won't run any heat races or anything like that.
Yeah,
very good. So yeah, then Brent says still on. Get any rain last night? So
no rain here.
No
rain. Got to be questions all answered up, Josh.
Yeah. I think that catches us up there on.
Hey, 316-462-3673. Hey, that's the number to call in. Front desk at the dealership. Tell them we get past you in the podcast. You get a great price package, about over $130. Anything in the automobile world, anything here at Salt City, doesn't matter. We'll take and have some fun with the calls from that part. So
now let's go to the 3J car. So is it ready to go tonight? What changes are we making?
It's ready.
Maybe you don't want to talk about that.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about that. It's in the box over there, and Jake and Joe and Colton, maintenance it up last night. It's in the box, ready to back it out. And
okay, so now let's go back to you said maintenance it up. So you raced it once.
Yep.
And this lady's got 5,000 miles on her car, and the oil life change says she's got 75%.
Yeah.
Wanting to continue to run it, and you went one race on it, and you wanted to maintenance it up.
Yeah.
Yep.
We did.
Yep.
Sure did. So yeah, it's all maintenance up in the trailer, and just basically got to back it out, warm it up, and go. So and that's I'm going to give a little bit of credit to my son for doing that. He'd rather be doing that at night, last night when the sun's down, and over here in the morning. We got tents in the trailer to put over the cars, but instead of doing it in the heat of the day, so that's why they stayed here last night and got it all done and roll it out of the box and go. Is there a few adjustments on it? Yeah, Nick did a little tuned in on it last night too, so we'll see what we're gonna do tonight.
You know,
He went and got that bumper from Schrader and put on there.
yeah, really. We've always just kind of struggled here. Like we've always been okay, but we've never been great. And last night kind of threw a Hail Mary at it.
Yeah.
And it was pretty good. So when the races
more
were
of the hail.
yeah, when the races were over, he had it all jacked up over here, and I came over and yanked a couple of the springs off of it and took them in and threw them on the spring smasher and seen where everything was at. So and wrote it all down in my phone so we can go back.
Yeah, understand that completely. And I don't. So some of the differences too, just the size of the track, right?
Yeah.
So going from what you guys normally race on to this,
and part of it is like you get on a smaller track like a 3/8 or a quarter or something. You know, it's a lot easier to make up feet on the other cars. You know, but here at this half mile, you know, you carry so much speed. You know, and when you're racing around a lot of good cars, I mean, it's harder to make up inches here than it is to make up feet. You know,
somewhere
other
else.
places. You know, so. When you kind of get out there and get going, it's just really hard to make up ground if you've lost it. And but you know, 3J car was really fast, and we'll just see what we got for him tonight.
One of the things that I was noticing just as a spectator, now I don't know how this would affect you as a driver, but you seen the tires that he put down in the turns.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Seemed like that'd make it a little tougher to do a slide job on somebody you don't know as a driver. I mean,
Well, there's pros and cons to each. We had the big white tires, big tractor tires laying out there, but those do a lot more damage than those ones down on the ground.
Yeah,
that's the other thing.
Understand
so from that
that
part. But the other reason we did that, so this way, you know, everybody complains where you push the tires out, you put them in, do whatever. Well, now it's locked solid. We can't change it. They're there. That's where the track's going to be.
Thing every time.
It gets the grader knows where he needs to go every time, and that sort of thing. And of course, the other thing we did with that, you know, we brought in Mike Van Genderen last year, and he was begging to come back this year. But Mike, I tell you, he did such a great job last year. But that helped keep the track where it needs to be.
Yeah.
From that part. And, you know, Mike reshaped this track and spent a lot of hours on this racetrack reshaping it last year. And so far it's held out great. But I think that putting them tires in there, I think if you really ask the drivers, there is negative. You know, if you get down too low, you're going to smack one. It's going to get your bumper.
But also, like, that makes the race, right? You know,
yeah.
This
but you
is the
also,
racetrack.
you know, you also got to know, you know, a lot of people say, oh, you know, well, they're pushed out too far. They're pushed out too far. Well, really, they're in the exact same spot that they've always been, where the natural, you know, borders of the racetrack are. But it kind of becomes a little bit, you know, as a misconception or whatever, because the dirt below the tires has been graded and the grass has been removed.
Yeah.
So it looks like the racetrack is actually wider and the tires are pushed out, but really they're in the same spot.
And that's part of the things that Jesse and Chad and Jason are doing is they're working on getting the drainage on this track a lot better. So when it does rain, it doesn't pool. We still have a problem here coming off of turn 4 and then one down in turn 1. And so they're working on that. And they did a lot of work yesterday down below. They're trying to get that big hump out of there to let that water come down in the infield.
And, you know, the other thing is, you know, through so many years of grading that racetrack down and grading that dirt into the infield, you know, there's so much good dirt down there. So, you know, this off season, they came out with a skid loader and started scraping some of that dirt off of the inside and putting it back out on the racetrack.
Getting it back up there. Yeah, the amount of prep and, you know, work that goes into, I think, a diesel fuel from that side of it that goes into just what it takes to do this.
So much.
Not only for a show, but now you're adding a 100-lap show onto it, and that's huge.
Yeah, I got a question coming from Jeremy Kane about it wasn't streamed last night. Yeah, you're right, Jeremy. It was not. You know, last year I begged Flo to do it last Friday, and since there really wasn't a race that they were behind with the Silver Crown cars, it was just kind of practice. Flo would not let them air it last night. So if I'd have known that, then we probably would have had Racing Dirt on for last night, but we just had a little miscommunication with Flo on that part, and I guess I didn't know that about last year, that the head execs at Flo didn't like the idea of them filming cars that they weren't paid to do. So I get it. I understand. If I was Flo, I'd understand that too. but we just had a little miscommunication. I thought they were going to head and do it again this Friday, but they did not. So we'll be live tonight on Flow. Flow was here last night. They were here doing a bunch of B-rolls and stuff for all the footage and stuff too from that part. So that's where they'll be. Other questions there, Josh?
Bet they got footage of the car going over the.
They did. They already.
There.
USAC's already posted a picture of the car going.
Yeah.
They didn't picture going over the wall, just pictures of the aftermath.
Yeah. So I got the same question from Jeremy. On Facebook.
Okay. Is that all we got?
Yep. That got us caught back up.
Okay. So we kind of recapped everything. Got that done. Boy, there goes the water truck.
Yep. So next thing on our list.
Yeah.
11-1 today.
Yes.
25 West 30th Street.
25 East 30th.
East 30th.
It's
At 25 Steak and Social.
25 Steak and Social. We wanted to do some kind of a pre-race party kind of a deal. And we were working with different venues. And then I talked to Bill Speakman, who is a great partner with us here at Salt City with B&B Hydraulics. And him and his buddies are opening up that restaurant. So I called him and I said, hey, Bill, when are you going to be open? He said, really not till August. I said, oh, no. I go, what do you got? And I said, well, I got Ken Schrader in town. Oh, yeah, I knew he was coming. I said, we need somewhere to have lunch. I said, what about opening up that restaurant? Man, I don't know if I can get it done. He said, I'll call you back. About 48 hours, calls me back. So he's okay, I got my guys. We're going to make this happen, Phil. So we're going there to 25 Steak and Social because it's 25 East 30th. He's been married 25 years, and I think he's been in business 25 years or something. I can't remember. There's all kinds of things.
Lots of 25.
Lots of 25.
25 is just a good number for him.
Yeah. So 11-1. Ken Schrader will be there too. And this is the other thing I like about Bill and his crew, what they're doing. They're doing a pulled pork sandwich, chips, and drink for a minimum $5 donation. Give whatever you'd like. All the money is going to Reno Cancer Council.
Oh, very cool.
So he's donating all the money. So it's a soft opening. You kind of come in and check out the place, what it looks like.
Venue.
And
very good.
Did you talk to him much last night about it?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit.
He's excited. And I've talked to one of his guys on the phone, Bill, and he's excited too. I think this is a starter for them to kind of work out some
100%.
kinks and stuff like that too. So if you want to meet Ken in person, 11-1, 25 Steak and Social.
That's it.
Okay.
That'll be very cool.
Yeah. And I love the part they're just taking the money and donating it to a good cause here in Reno County. So great things there. So everybody don't miss that. Don't have to be there the whole time. Just come in, get an autograph from Ken, shake his hand, do whatever. Everybody gets some autograph stuff like that. I'm more about I'd
rather
shake
talk
hands.
to somebody.
Yeah.
Yep. Say hi. And
yeah.
Yep. Understand.
But everybody's different what they want and what they like. So
what time tonight does this start? I don't think we ever actually talked about that. Or
the Silver Crown practice starts at 6:30 and opening ceremonies at 7, and we'll be on from there.
Be rolling from there.
There. Gates open at 5. So
okay. Any other questions we got on tab? No one wants to call us in today, Josh.
Yep, I think we're all caught up on the chat.
okay.
Well, we've covered everything here. We know what we're doing today. It's sunny and 70. No rain in the forecast, right, Nick?
No rain in the forecast.
Just a little hotter than yesterday.
Just a little warm.
But that's okay. Why not?
It's okay.
You take it, right?
We will take it. We will take it for sure. So I think we've got nothing else to talk about.
Let's sign off.
I think we need to sign off.
Yeah.
Everybody, go grab your friend, grab your neighbor, grab anybody you want. Grab a whole busload of people, and let's get out here to the Kansas State Fairgrounds for the Salt City 100, the 18th time that we're gonna run a 100-lap race on this 100-year-old track from that part. But come out here, let's get these stats up. Let's show the fair board that the agreement we got is a great thing to do to keep this racetrack alive. And remember, that's what we set out to do, was to save a racetrack. And Nick, I think we've saved it.
I think we have too, man. It's been good.
Anyway, Josh, thanks for coming over and hanging out with us again. And everybody have a great Saturday, and be over here at the Kansas State Fairgrounds tonight for an awesome 100-lap race with the Silver Crown cars. Everybody have a great Saturday. We'll see you out here tonight.